Yeah, hello everyone. So this is Sujeet Patel, and we are going to continue further on the cloud data quality learnings. Now, if you are coming in fast and less specific, so if you're selecting this fast and less specific, all these options are got disabled, right? So these options are only available for the custom. Okay, these options you can only change in case of custom performance. Apart from that, this option will be disabled. So fast and less specific means it will give the more appropriate similar record faster with the less comparison. It will do a little more comparison apart from that, and it will find the fair matching candidate. This will do more kind of depth comparison to find the duplicate record. So this will be the slower because it is going to compare more attributes to find the more better candidate. So this can be slower and it will give the complete master data. But if you want to get the matching candidate faster, so this will just compare the kind of mandatory columns and all, and it will give the matching candidates as per the data sets. So these are the four options we have in the performance. Custom. Custom is we can customize everything here. We have fast and less so that we can get matching record faster. Then we have medium and fair. That means it is better than faster, but it will take more time. And we have slower, means it is better than medium, but it will take more time. It will be slower because it is going to compare the more attributes. Okay. So these are the four different options we have to select within this performance tab. Okay. Now we are discussing this address part. So let's pass some address here to test it, how it is working or not working. Suppose I'm passing some address as Singapore, West Coast Road. Okay. Address part one is this. Then let me make this just something like so just let's make this Singapore West, something like that. And here let's make Singapore Coast Road. Singapore Coast North Road is, let's make it ROD road. Just pass some incorrect data. Here we can make Singapore WST West. Sorry. Singapore WST West, ROD road. Okay. So now we have four set of data. And here what we have selected, we have selected fast and less specific. Okay. So let's try to understand the matching candidate for this option. So how we can do that? For that, we can run the test, but here you can see that test is disabled. What is the reason? Because you have not selected the runtime environment. Okay. So you should select the runtime environment so that this test can be enabled. So just let's select this up and running test time environment. So this runtime environment is available. Now let's click on test to get the output. So once we'll click on this test, then here we'll get the cluster ID and cluster size. So with the help of this cluster ID and cluster size, we can understand which all records are matching, what are the matching candidate, and how many records falls under one cluster ID, so that we can see from the cluster size. So let's wait for a few minutes so that it can complete. It will not take that much time, but they are running this first time, so it is taking time. Yeah, so now let's see for this 4 record. Here, if we see the cluster ID, all the cluster ID is different. Okay. And in the cluster size, we can see in this cluster, we have 1 record, in this cluster, we have 1 record. So there is no duplicate identified. It understood that all 4 are the separate address records. Okay. So we had selected that option, which option? Let's minimize this. We had selected fast and less specific. Okay. So in that option, we did not got any matching candidate. Here we can see, right?